can't stand this. Back.
What is happening? Hey, welcome in. Thanks for joining. I'm still trying to get my mess together.
Okay. Yeah, no, I gotta. Time. All the time. You just don't dry them. If you dry them, you're gonna shrink them. If you wash them on delicate, you're fine. Cold water. You're good. They're stains from Cam. And it's not the eating. I don't want to say too much, but when he gets mad, comes over here and dumps everything.
Excuse me. Thanks for joining.
Okay. And that's all I'm gonna say. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. And Aaron should have been. Never mind. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Okay, I gotta take a break. My body is telling me. Ooh, a little dizzy. Okay. I'm a little dizzy. Woo! Hold on, Coco. Get away from me. Coco. Mama needs to drink some water. Watch out. All right, I'll be right back. I need to go drink some water. All right. Oh. All right, but my son smashes things when he is overstimulated or mad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's normal for those. It's normal. But what we learn to do is we learn to work through them. We learned how to manage our emotions and we learn how to self-regulate. What we do. That's what we do. What? Yep, we do safe hands now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Melissa, mind you, what these people say is that when our kids act like that, we're the ones that are the reasons why. I guess it's our parenting. I guess the half entire world that has those kind of issues. Don't listen to them. I'm not. I think it's kind of funny. And if he does safe hands when upset, he gets rewarded like a treasure box. Your nose ring looks better. Thank you. It's not our parenting. They need to educate on how autistic kids work. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Hey, welcome in.
What?
Thanks for joining.
What? Lots of therapy and patience is the key. Agreed. And the only thing that us parents needs to do is to get them the therapy that they need and to get them the help that they need. And also, as parents with autistic kids, is we as parents have to teach them how to self-regulate. And because honestly, like they're not going to understand because they're so little, they have so much different emotions in their little tiny bodies that we as parents, teachers, whatever the case may be, people around them, we need as parents need to show them how to control emotions so they can handle it when they go into the real world. That's what we need to do. But if you ignore the behaviors and you don't do what the child needs and the best need for the child, then I would say it's neglectful. 100% that's neglectful because you're not giving your child what they need. And So that's just how I take it. They don't know what emotions mean or control it, and they don't know what. No, it's hard to make people understand, but whatever. Gavin, make sure you tell the doctor today you had. Okay. They always don't know how to tell you what they want or need, so they get upset and angry fast. Yes, Melissa, you know exactly. Girl, I love you. I'm with you. Mm-hmm. And then when they get so angry
Her skin
and they're
is
they're up
really
here,
looking bad, isn't it?
you can't get
It's so
there.
terrible
You
looking.
can't talk to them. You're gonna make it worse. Listen, for example,
And
how
now
would
her
you feel if you
pupils
were
are
so angry
pimpling
and
almost.
somebody was like, "It's okay, it's okay," and you're gonna want to fucking slap the fucking shit out of them, like get the fuck away from me. Like you're so angry at the moment that you're not gonna get a solution right now. You have to let them go in a safe spot. So some kids they create a safe environment, so a room with sensory needs, so they don't get hurt, crash pads, things like that where they can go into a room and they can get all that anger out. And then when that is done, then you can try to. Then what they need is after that happens, then they need that love and they need that hug and they need that deep pressure afterwards. And that's what you do. No, you can't. You usually have to give them their space in a safe place. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Or you're gonna get yeah. Mm. I watch too many stories and I watch too many moms with autistic children. I watch with ODD moms on here on TikTok. It's crazy. And I kind of like it because it just kind of like shows you that you're not alone and other moms go through the exact same thing you do. Okay. What else do I need to do? Um mm, so why haven't you given him the tools he needs? How do you not know I don't? Huh? How do you? I'm just asking. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Ask Kaylee. She's seen all the therapies that Cam's getting. You should ask her, since you all don't fucking believe me and you all believe her. So go ask her. Okay. Um, oh, she's lovely. That is bad. Educate me. I'm trying to learn. What? Want to have a little on the spectrum? Let's see. Let's do some learning. Let's see. Let's see. Go, Cameron. Go. Lay down. Lay down and stop. Coco, go. You're not going to kiss me like a psycho. I'm sick of it. I love you, but you're not going to do this. Lay down, I will pet you. Lay down, I will pet you. Autistic children. Does it have to do with parenting? And what's the cause behind? It? Let's see. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is not caused by parenting or how a child is raised. Wow, interesting. It's a neurodevelopmental condition stemming from a combination, whatever, of genetic that affects early brain development. While parents does not cause autism, consistent. Nurturing parenting is essential for supporting a child's development. Okay, so what that means is, no fault. The old refrigerator mother theory suggesting cold parenting caused autism is entirely false. Supportive role. Parents and caregivers play a crucial role in managing therapies and fostering development, but they are not responsible for the original of the condition. Wow, interesting. Chris, no, they don't. Parenting a child with ASD comparison. Oh my God, Gabby. Okay, I'm just gonna. I have a hard time with speaking.
Parenting children with ASD and complexes. Given parents' increasingly pivotal role in children's treatment, it is critical to consider parental style and behaviors. This study, 1, compares parenting style of parents of children with ASD, parents of children with anxiety disorders, and parents of typically developing TD children, and 2, investigates contributors to parenting style within and between groups. Parents of children with anxiety had a distinct parenting style compared to ASD and TD parents. Unique relationships between child symptoms and parenting behaviors emerged across the 3 groups. Understanding factors that impact parenting between.
Whoops. Okay. Well, that just happened. Oh, I didn't highlight the whole thing. Whoopsies. Stop. ODD. No, ODD is generally not your fault. Genetics and biology. Many children with ODD have chemical imbalances or neurobiological differences in the brain structure that makes them more prone to emotional dysregulation. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Trying to think. It just sounds like these people don't understand and just wants to paint you out to be a bad mom. Mm-hmm. It's true. Very true. I want to ask ChatGPT something. I'm curious about something. When you have a child on the spectrum and other people judge you and tell you that you're a bad parent, give me an explanation on why that is. I want to know. Okay. Let's see. When a child is on the autism spectrum, especially if they also struggle with things like impulsivity, whatever the fuck it is, sensory overload, emotional regulation, ADHD, ODD, or communication difficulties, people on the outside often judge situations that they do not fully understand. So a lot of people were raised believing that every behavior issue is simply the result of bad parenting or a child not being disciplined enough. So when they see a child having meltdowns, hitting, yelling, running off, refusing direction, or struggling socially, they sometimes assume the parent is failing instead of recognizing the neurodevelopmental conditions affects how a child processes emotions, stress, sensory input, and control impulse. What many people do not see is the therapy appointments, thank you, the behavior plans, the consistent redirection, the exhaustion, hell yeah, the adequacy at the school, hell yeah, the sleepless nights, hell yeah, the emotional toll on the parent, hell yeah. The fact that progress for neurodivergent children is often not linear. Children on the spectrum can redirect differently to stress, change, frustration, noise, transition, or overstimulation. A child may know a rule in one moment and still struggle to regulate themselves in another moment. That does not automatically mean the parent is neglectful or bad. Fucking preach it. Preach it. It means the child may need continued support, structure, therapy, consistency, and patience. So true. So true. Hold on. I'm just gonna make them read this. Hold on. They can read this. Hold on a second.
Neurodivergent children is often not linked. Children on the spectrum can react differently to stress, change, frustration, noise, transitions, or overstimulation. A child may know a rule in one moment and still struggle to regulate themselves in another moment. That does not automatically mean the parent is neglectful or bad. Therapy, consistency. Another reason parents get judged is because many disabilities are outside of neurotypical neurological. People also tend to see only a short moment of a child's life, maybe a meltdown in public, a difficult interaction, or a bad day, and make sweeping conclusions from that single moment. They are not seeing the full picture of the child, the diagnosis, the treatment plans, or the parent's daily efforts. Good parenting is not measured by having a perfectly behaved child at every moment. Often, parenting looks like staying calm during chaos, using coping tools and professional help, protecting your child, teaching accountability in developmental ways, continuing to show up even when can be deeply involved, structured, and still have a child who who struggles behavior because behavioral disorders are complex. Parenting a neurodivergent child is often less about controlling the child and more about safety, communication, coping skills over time. That does not mean
No.
still need boundaries, guidance,
Yes.
consequences.
Agreed. Agreed. When a kid's on the spectrum, spectrum, does it help to spank them, slap them, hit them?
The difference between a parent who ignores
Hold
harm
on.
and a parent who is actively working with therapists, doctors, schools, and interventions to help them.
Okay. Stop reading.
Lack of empathy.
Hold on. Let's see this. Now, I will say something when it comes to having an autistic child. When you don't really know, when you don't have the tools in the beginning, and as a parent, where there's no handbook for any of this, okay? And you as a parent, and me as a parent, our moms and dads, okay? We grew up in a household where our parents spanked us back in the days, 80s and 90s kids, okay? That's how we were raised. You are raised in the home that you grew up in. So we take that and we then, sometimes you got to break the cycle. Sometimes people parent differently, but that's just how things are. And there is no handbook. The problem is that I'm not a perfect parent. I have learned what to do and what not to do in these type of cases, because I'm just a new mom who has a child on the spectrum, and I'm still learning how to manage all of that. Yes, I've made mistakes. Yes, I've done some things that probably, wouldn't benefit, Cameron. And I'm learning how to work with those and to have the tools and the support and the doctors and the therapists to help me and Aaron raise a child that's on the spectrum. Do you understand? The thing is I was spanked. Yes, I've tried. Spanking's not a crime. But as parents, you try your hardest because you have to teach them when they go into the world, okay? Sometimes you have to try okay? It's not a crime as long as you don't use an object or unless you don't fucking beat the living child. That is not okay. Okay. Spanking is not a crime. And I have tried that. Yes, I have. But it's not working. It's making things worse. So we tried something else. So we don't spank anymore. We don't spank because the behaviors are getting worse. He's getting more aggressive. So we're like, nope. So now we're doing a whole different therapy and a whole different, sorry, I disagree with that with an autistic child. What, with the spanking? And some kids, see, my son does not do well with spanking. He doesn't. He actually hits. He does. It's bad. It's not good. And we don't do it anymore because it doesn't work. It's making his behaviors 10 times more aggressive. So nope, not anymore. Come on. And every kid is different. Come on. It shows them it's okay. Yes. When you spank, and autistic children are different, and I'm sorry to say it, their brains are different, okay, compared to, so if you just have to find things that work for you and your child, but that doesn't mean that the behaviors are not there. You just have to learn what is best for your child. Now, if you want to spank your autistic child, it's not a crime. It's not a crime, okay? If you want to pop them in the mouth, it's not a crime in the state of Florida. State of Florida actually says you can hit a child on its thigh, I think, or the ass. As long as it does not leave a mark, leave a bruise, something. Like I said, there is no handbook, especially with being a parent and being a mom. It's a struggle. But the thing is, it's not about, you just have to learn how to manage it and handle it and try. Okay, does this work? Nope. Okay, does this work? Nope. Okay, let's try this. No, that's making it worse. Okay, let's go here. Like with punching, like, so one of the therapists said to get like a big blow up, right? Where like they can punch, and get that. But that is teaching them. That's why we took that away from Cam, because one of his therapists said, try this. Nope, did not work. So with him punching the bag, it's making him think that hitting's okay. So now we're trying to take that learned behavior where yes, in our heads, it's okay to hit a pillow. It's okay to hit a punching bag, but it's not okay to hit somebody else. And that's the problem, is that their brains are wired differently, you guys. It is. And not every autistic child is the same. Not every brain is the same. That is why it's called the spectrum, because it's a wide thing. Okay? That's why sometimes if you have a child that's autistic and you say spanking works, then that might be the way that your child's brain is working. Not every child is going to listen to the spanking thing. No way. Nope. No hitting is hitting. Please chat. No, I'm not in a manic episode. And you should really know what a manic episode is. Go watch Kaylee. I am speaking about autistic and on the spectrum. What is so manic about that? Please go, girl, bye. Coco, you done? Well, that's another thing is yes, a calm environment. Again. There are things that I am doing that are different. And it's all about learning. It's all about growth. And you take something and you learn from it and you don't do it again and you do better. I don't know what else I can tell you. I don't. The 40 hours a week, they're working on the insurance. He does have therapies coming in, but for ABA, where they said it's going to take a couple weeks. So I don't know what's going on with that. I did contact them and I'm like, what's going on? So they said it got approved by the insurance, but it said it can take a few weeks for things to get started. But I'm still waiting. What have you learned? Real question. I have learned that yelling is not the answer. Spanking's not the answer. A calm environment is the answer. Speaking in a calm, collective voice is the answer. Screaming at him and doing things and because you're frustrated is not the answer. It's gonna make things worse. Redirection. Being as self-regulate, which is that's a big thing that I have been working on myself, is self-regulating and not getting upset so easily, because they need to learn how to self-regulate. And how can they learn how to self-regulate when
if I'm not learning how to self-regulate. I'm learning. I am. I'm listening to the therapist. I'm listening to his doctors. I'm trying my hardest to do what I need to do to, you know, have a child that's on the spectrum in the household, outside of the household. And I've done good. I've done good. And I mean, you guys can think that the Calm House is like all crazy and stuff, but when Cameron's in the home, you guys have no clue. You have no fucking clue. Keep going. Keep going. But here's the reality, okay? I am not a perfect parent. And there is no such thing as a perfect parent. And what we need to like learn, internet people, is you're not perfect either. Okay? I'm pretty sure that all of you had a first child and you had to go through things and you had to change a bunch of different things that all of you probably went through as well. It's a learning curve. And for all of you to say, Gabby's a bad mom. Well, Gabby does this. Well, Gabby does this. The fact is, most of you need to look in the mirror yourself. And you just need to realize that you're not perfect either. And you shouldn't put your whatever, even if you have raised your kids not the greatest or whatever the case may be, don't put your burden on me and my family. Okay? Because I think a lot of you guys do that. I think a lot of you guys have raised kids and there's things that you guys see that you guys didn't do and you're projecting it onto me. Don't do that. We all have flaws. Trust and believe. Only time I've seen it chaotic is when folks send the cops for no reason. And that's true too. But that is, and I understand, Jill, what you're trying to say, but that's what I'm trying to tell all of you is that is why he is in therapy. Do you know how many doctors he has? Do you know how many therapists he has? A lot. Okay? A lot. Not his primary, but his developmental pediatrician has a plan. Okay? OT, speech, trauma therapy. He has a trauma therapist. Okay. A psychiatrist, a developmental a developmental pediatrician, his primary pediatrician, OT speech, trauma therapy, ABA. What else can I do? I'm giving him all of that. Now the psychiatrist, they're booked up. The developmental therapy, the developmental doctor did say that they are going to try to push sooner, which fuck you, Darlene. Fuck you, bitch. What therapies cause you work on nothing at home with him? Maybe Ada's not you. Because you're asking questions. You're all asking questions. And then you guys get all mad. Well, Gabby, why are you not answering the questions? Da, 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 da. So I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. What about these people live streaming you all day long with their kids in the background but say you're a bad mom because you're live all day? Yeah, but no, because you know why? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because I'm the most fucking hatred person ever, and everyone hates me for God knows what. So when people talk about me, they love it. They thrive on it. They don't care about the kids in the background. They don't care how all these streamers parent their children. They don't. They want the drama. And they all come at me because I'm the most hatred person. So when their kids are in the background screaming, they don't give a shit. No one says anything. And to me, it's very concerning because literally your face is in the fucking camera when your kids are begging for your attention. But you're so caught up with the drama that you're ignoring your kids. And I don't know how anyone cannot see that. But no one takes accountability for that. Nobody. They all come at me and say, Gabby, which it's sad because if you're gonna hold one person accountable, I would feel like everyone needs to hold each other accountable, but I guess not. That's not. They talk crazy while streaming too, in front of their kids too. WPB, that it's the hypocrites that a lot of these people are doing, but they have the balls and the nerve to say, well, and they I don't know what it is that they reject their own flaws onto me. I don't know. I always kind of wondered why, but here we are. My son is not here. My son is in school. I have seizures. I'm unable to drive. This is my income. And here's the reality. Even if I want to be on do you know how many people live stream with their kids? Their kids are running in the background and do you know how many people that are on TikTok who do and okay. Well, God forbid the kids are screaming in the fucking background, running around all crazy. Mom's doing the dishes. Mom's cleaning the house. Are we going to sit here and say, Mom, get off the internet and go take care of your children? They're screaming for your attention. There's hundreds of moms on TikTok that clean the house, that does laundry while their kids are running around. Are you going to sit here and say that all those parents are neglecting their child? My child's not even here. He's in school. Okay? I don't know how many times I have to say it. Okay. Or let's talk about even the one live streaming you while I hear their kids' background, maybe 2 years old. I'm sure, Melissa, I'm sure. But the thing is that these people are not going to hold these people accountable because they're talking about me. They could care less about their children in the background. But God forbid if I ever did that, holy shit. Holy shit balls. Like, fucking insane, bro. It's just fucking insane. Like, I could talk about, never mind. I mean, you talk about unhinged behavior and Okay. 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 What is going on here? Is this not how it goes? Okay. Obviously, I don't. Or let's talk about how people battle each other on TikTok. They battle each other while they're either holding their baby in front of them or their kids are running in the background. Should I keep going? Or are we done? Exactly. Everyone is talking about things that happen a year or older. People change. Get yourself and get a real life. That's right, Melissa. You're exactly right. But the thing is that people don't want the truth. They don't. They don't want to admit that they're wrong. They don't want to admit that, like, they just want to basically say, I'm perfect, I'm perfect. Um, these are Gabby's flaws. Gabby is this, Gabby is that. But I'm perfect. I don't do anything wrong. At least that's how I feel like they make it as. But just like how Kaylee says it, there's skeletons in everybody's closet. But okay. It's pointless talking about this. Fucking get the shit. Anyway, I'm doing some laundry. Okay. But I really kind of want Aaron to my appointment is in an hour. Okay. 1:40. But listen, you guys, listen. How many streamers were on Mother's Day streaming, talking about me? There were so many mothers on TikTok Live on Mother's Day, and all their chat was saying so many sweet things. But no one was saying, get off the internet, go be a mom. Nobody. Nobody. I do not. That one, Gabby. Uh huh. Listen, I could keep going. Okay. I could keep spitting out facts. But it's just because it's just Gabby. Everyone says, it's just Gabby. So we have every right to do that. No, you don't. No, you don't. But okay. She does not wrong. She is perfect. I am not perfect.
You licked a toilet on live. It was a competition. I'm not the only one that did not do it. It was disgusting, yes, but it wasn't just something that I decided to just lick the toilet